Okay, so today we're gonna be doing a Q&A mukbang inspired by Bieli, except I don't actually have money to buy food. So I'm gonna take a sip of this energy drink every time I finish a question.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
I already started it because the first hit of an energy drink really sucks, guys. I thought I was going to die because like my whole body was just like. Anyways, so yeah, let's get on with the questions. Okay. First question is from RHJA19 underscore. What is your favorite book/book series from the Shadowhunter Chronicles? Um, Book series, definitely the Infernal Devices, but I haven't started reading the Dark Artifices yet. And so far, I've read the prologue for the Dark Artifices. That's the series with Emma Carstairs, and I already love it so far. I really love Emma's character. She's so. But yeah, definitely Infernal Devices. But if I had to choose, which book from the Infernal Devices I really liked, it's definitely Clockwork Prince, because contrary to popular opinion, because usually second books in a trilogy is boring and it like bridges a gap, right? From the beginning to the ending, so most of the time it's kind of dragging. But I really enjoyed Clockwork Prince because it really introduced Jem's character and his struggles, and I really like, you know, I really like Jem Carstairs in general is a very interesting character. And we were kind of introduced to Will already in Clockwork Angel, and I felt like I needed to know more about Will and Jem's dynamic. And Clockwork Prince definitely delivered with that. So yeah. Okay, so that's one question down. I hate energy drinks, guys. Like, I only ever drink energy drinks during like school, especially exam days or when I need to study because that keeps me awake. But in normal basis. Anyways, next question from Faith underscore 5. Why are you moving to NZ? Okay, so I've been asked this question a lot, but basically I'm moving to New Zealand because I'm attending university there, meaning I'll be doing my college years there, and also because I want to be with my mom already because I've been away from her for a long time. Ever since I was just I think 3 months old, I've been in the Philippines and she's been working in New Zealand. So there's been like years apart, not seeing each other fully. Like she does visit but not as often. And although we do have a strong relationship, even if I don't see her a lot, because me and my mom are very similar. But yeah, I just want to be with my mom already because I feel like she already missed out a lot in my life. And honestly, I've always been more comfortable living with my mom compared to my family here because my mom understands me more. And university is really important, and I want to take up university there. So yeah. Okay. So I forgot. Okay. A question from Bookish Fiction. How do you sponsor your book buying? Okay, guys. Fun fact. I like to set aside some of my allowance for books because I get a weekly allowance from my mom because my mom is the one who provides for my needs, right? So I have that money and then I separate a little amount or like a certain amount for books, and once it accumulates, like there's a certain amount of money, let's say I've been able to accumulate like 3,000 or 5,000, that's when I order something because that way I don't feel bitten I'm just ordering one book. Or if I want to buy a box set, I could afford it. So yeah. And also there's like this thing, kasi what happened to me recently, I was crying. I was crying about Will Herondale.
No, I'm still sad. It didn't work.
And then my Lola caught me crying about Will Herondale, and she thought I was just crying about life. Like I was stressed out because I was moving to New Zealand and I'm traveling alone, which she's not wrong. I would cry about that. But at that time, I was crying about Will Herondale, so she just like gave me money and she's like, stop crying. She was just like, stop crying, that's so weird.
Weird.
Like, no, she didn't say that's so weird, but like, just stop crying. Because our family is like, I don't know, it's kind of common in our family to like not cry in front of others. Like, we cry, but we usually cry in private. But I just couldn't hold it at that time because I heard a song and it reminded me of Will. Hala, spoilers pala, spoilers. Reminded me of Will. And yeah, I just kind of bawled my eyes out, and she was like, why are you crying? She's like, stop crying. Then she handed me like a few bills. So yeah, suddenly I had money. Although I don't advise people to do that. That's kind of manipulative and wrong. So I don't know, don't cry intentionally to get money out of people, because that's kind of wrong. Like, even if like it gets you something, it's just kind of, yeah. Okay, I'm done with that question. Okay, Messy for Evs asked, what's your type in men like? Oh, that's a really great question. I've always been very particular about the men I want in my life, like my type, but my type definitely has to be smart. And he has to like staying indoors. Smart, likes to stay indoors, has a decent style. So let me explain those three. Oh, and also taller than me, because I'm quite tall. I'm almost 5'6". So if he's short, like, I don't know, I just don't want for my future guy to be shorter than me. He has to be taller than me because I want to be the shorter one in the relationship. Because I feel insecure enough about my height. Especially when it comes to guys, because they're always like, why are you so tall? Like, ugh. That's why I avoid wearing heels, because I don't want to like, because I know they never explicitly say it, but I know it makes me less attractive or less likely to be the crush of someone, because some of the guys in
Let's pause first. Let's be clear. Bella is trying to give a serious answer, but we already know who's her ideal guy. Will Herondale.
my class, I'm taller than them. Not some, actually a few, like a certain number of them. So it's just like, yeah. Anyway, so first, smart, because guys, I really hate it when I have to explain to someone what I mean. Like, I want them to get it kaagad, and I'm a nerd. I nerd out a lot. So if they don't get it, I just get like, thrown off. I once was talking to a guy, and he didn't know the idiom. He didn't know what respondents are. Like, respondents are the people who answer like your survey or answer something that you give to them, right? And I was kind of like thrown off because how did he not know what respondents are? Or like, was he doing it intentionally to to chat with me more? And even if he was just doing it intentionally, that's still because I don't like explaining myself. Like, especially if I'm nerding out na about like stuff about like concepts in science or biology, anatomy. Like, I like nerding out about that, or like psychology. I do not want to be explaining myself. I want you to like match my energy. Like, you throw something really cool to me also in terms of knowledge. So he has to be smart. And then next is that he has to like stay indoors, kasi guys, although I like going outside, my ideal date would be just staying inside and watching Netflix,
In short, Bella likes guys who like watching movies.
that kind of jazz. Although I would like to go to a restaurant, but I feel like it's more wholesome when you have a date inside. And if I have a boyfriend who likes staying inside or indoors, it would be so much fun because like, we could just cook, and then if it's terrible, we'll just laugh about it. So, but I'm a good cook, guys. Okay, I'm great at cooking, so that will never happen. Okay, next is what did I put here? Basta may taller. And then like staying indoors. Oh, has decent style. Has decent style, guys. I hate guys who don't know how to style themselves, even if a little bit. Like although there was one exception, kasi I had a crush on someone na, alam niyo naman kung sino yung long time crush ko, but sometimes I don't like his fits. Like, sometimes his fits are just kind of like, jeje to me, or like it seems very hype beast. Hype beast as in like, yung kinuha mo na lang lahat ng mga brand, like, ng famous brands, and then you just wore it. But I think his style is okay naman, pero I don't like it when like guys come to a party and then they're just wearing basketball shorts and like a t-shirt, and it's just like insulting to me. Like, look at how the girls dressed up, and then you're just gonna show up like that. Like, I understand you're trying to be practical, pero you need to show at least a little effort and a little style. Like, I don't mind if guys like wearing graphic t-shirts with the prints and stuff, like yung mga ridiculous prints here with like, I don't know, Elmo or something. Like, I find it cute, but please don't pair it with like basketball shorts. Like, wear pants, wear skinny jeans, or wear like regular jeans. It looks way more decent that way. And also, I'm very particular with what I wear. So if I date a guy and then he just like shops from like the Adidas men's section, like everything he wears is from Adidas, or everything he wears is from Nike, or he just like mix and match, like he wears like a top from Uniqlo and then he wears like basketball shorts, like that's okay. Lastly, must be taller than me. I already explained that. So yeah, I want to be the shorter one in the relationship. So yeah, ang haba na ng video na to. Oh my gosh. Okay, another question from Messi for Ebs. What made you want to start doing TikTok? Actually, I've been doing TikTok before, but never about books kasi I was kind of shy. Kasi I thought TikTok was just about dancing, ganyan, yung mga dance, chuchu. And my friend, Dottie, she sent me a TikTok about like books, and then I clicked the link, and then I liked that video. And then like my FYP algorithm changed, and then that's where I found Therese Reads. And yeah, yun, I was kind of encouraged because I saw that she was able to talk about books and stuff. And so I decided to talk about books as well. Yeah. So that was really, and it's really fun because I got to meet you guys. You guys are really sweet to me. I'm not really sure what I did. Because I don't know, I just thought that people are normally just like kind of to others, like to strangers, kasi I don't know, I'm just used to like strangers being kind of like polite to me but not necessarily like sweet. So yeah, I'm really thankful for you guys, and you guys are actually the reason why I keep on making content, kasi you're very welcoming. Okay. Oh god. Okay, that hit really, really. Okay. From Althea Reads, what's your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve, I don't know, I think my biggest pet peeve has to be like, if it's in general pet peeves, like not bookish pet peeves, I hate it when people, like if I make something and then like, let's say we're in a group project and I'm not the one leading a group project. Let's say I make something and then the person changes my design just because it doesn't fit their aesthetic, or if they want their design to be the thing. I get so annoyed because when I submit something or when I give a design or work, I put all my effort in it, and if your reason to not change it, like to change it, is not because it's like ugly, but because you just want it to be like you want it to be more of your design, you want it to be your layout, then you should have done it in the first place. Kasi
asking me to do stuff and then you're just gonna change it, it's kind of pointless. Because anyways, I put all that effort and then you're not gonna use my design. So yeah, I don't like it when people ask me to do things and then I give them what they want and then they're not gonna use it.
it's like a waste of time. Okay. Nagkaroon ka na po ba ng ka-MU? Ish? Like, I had like I don't know if you guys were in my live, but I talked about this guy. He was like my 3-day boyfriend slash MU slash I don't even know. Cause I'm not really sure. It didn't work out because I don't like guys who chat me. Like, they feel the need to chat me almost every day, and if I don't chat them back, that means that I don't care about them anymore. Like, no, I just don't like chatting that much, like every day. Like, I have other things to do, and chatting is not something that I regularly do. Like, I do it with my friends. I chat my friends, but I don't like really I don't delegate a certain time in the day to chat people. I just chat at random. So, and most of the time, like, I don't know, I just prefer like very low maintenance na communication na I don't need to chat you for you to feel that I still like you, if that makes sense. So, plus I read books, guys. I barely have time to chat with people. So yeah. Oh, okay, that's done. Okay, this is a question from He Wants Tea, but I Am Coffee. What inspired you to read? I already made like, well, actually, when I was younger, I've always liked to read because I found like a magical world in it. I used to get so excited to go to the library in my school and read Magic Treehouse because I always feel like I'm one of those kids in the treehouse whenever it spins and then we're set into a different world. And yeah, when I was younger, that was the case. And when I became older, I think my attachment to books only grew because of Typhoon Yolanda. I was really like clutching that book, Siege and Storm. And even if I didn't really understand what was going on in Siege and Storm, because I was still young at that time, and I bought the book even if it wasn't for my age group. And yeah, like I really like I think the traumatic experience and the fact that I was able to cling onto a book in that traumatic experience, like it formed an attachment to books that I can never sever, because it really is the ultimate comfort to me now, that book. And telling you guys about that in my TikTok was strange, but it was hard, but I wanted to be genuine with you guys and tell you that that's just how my love for books strengthened, is because I was able to look to books in a difficult time. And yeah, that's basically what inspired me to read and what inspired me to keep on reading. Oh god, we're taking a long time. From _Isa Lee _ favorite 5-star read. Favorite 5-star read, definitely, okay, I'm not gonna choose Infernal Devices now because I already said it, and it's a trilogy, and I think they're all equally loved. But personally, if it comes to standalones, I think definitely The Viscount Who Loved Me. I'll never shut up about that book because I really enjoy Kate Sheffield's character, although I recognize her now as Kate Sharma because she's going to be canonically, I'm pretty sure, Indian in the show, so like people of color represent. But I really enjoyed her character and her dynamic with Anthony, because rarely you find relationships that help written in books where they help each other like get over their trauma. It's always like one person has trauma and the other one doesn't, and the fact that they both have like traumas to overcome, and that instead of like clashing each other, they actually helped each other. I find that really inspiring because I personally believe that every person in this world has something that they're going through, and to find someone who's willing to help you through that stuff, it's just really heartwarming to me. And I think their love story is something that I personally want in my life, although not the same, like, setting where everything is so illegal, from like touching hands and that kind of stuff, because we're in the 21st century. But just the dynamic of like recognizing each other's like fears, and not like teasing each other for those fears, but instead helping each other. So I really appreciate that, and I think it's one of my ultimate comfort books, that it also happens to be my 5-star read, because I just really love their dynamic together. Like sometimes I feel like crying when I read their stories and their traumas, because I really like, I don't know, I really resonate with Kate Sheffield or Kate Sharma, because she's, I don't know, there's just something about her that's so relatable to me. Like the fact that she's very headstrong and she does anything to protect her loved ones is very much me. And I would do anything, from my family to my friends to people I care about. Like I would do anything, I would give all the effort to make sure that they're not in a bad place or they're comfortable, even if in the expense that I get, like it's not good for me, but if it's good for them. Because I've always been like that. Like when other people are happy, it makes me happy. It's kind of like a domino effect for me. So that's why I really love The Viscount Who Loved Me, because I can see myself in the female lead, which is Kate Sharma. Okay. What's a book, from Easily again, what's a book you rated the lowest? I didn't rate it on Goodreads, but definitely if I did rate it, because I don't want to have Ice Planet Barbarians in my library, but I read all 8 books. They were all bad. They were all so bad. Like, I know, like it would be like a 1-star. Like, if you could even give a 0-star rating, I would do that. Ice Planet Barbarians was so bad for me. It was just like, the concept is so weird. I was suffering the whole time, but I read all 8 books because I wanted to give you guys content. But either way, I didn't make much videos about it because it was just so weird to me, and I didn't want to add it to my Goodreads because I don't want them to contribute to my reading challenge, because I don't even feel like they should have been published, because it's just trashy. Like, I feel like there are people there, authors there, who have their books deserve to be published, and to have a book like Ice Planet Barbarians published and then other struggling authors' books not published is just insulting to me. So yeah. Okay, another. What is your own definition of a good book? Okay, definition of a good book: diverse, not only in like diverse in all its senses, like there's representation for LGBTQ, for the LGBT community, and people of color without misrepresentation, like both for the LGBT community and representation, as well as the people of color, like representation, both have to be well done. Plot is good and easy to follow, like you don't get confused when you're reading it, and lovable characters, like at least one of the characters in the book have to be someone I can relate to or someone I can see myself as. Like, for example, the Infernal Devices, I can see myself as I see myself a lot in Will Herondale. I'm kind of like that chaotic person, and I'm kind of the person who just does anything for my friends and family, and would most likely die because I'm trying to get something done, right? And that's why I really enjoyed the Infernal Devices, because there was one of the main leads, which is Will. I could really see myself in him. So that's, yeah. And lastly, the book has to have an ending that justifies the rest of the story. Like, if you have a trilogy, the ending has to justify whatever the characters have went through. Because if the ending falls flat, that's not a 5-star read anymore. That gets knocked down to a 4-star, no matter how good the story was before. Because if the ending is like, it's not the perfect fit, I don't care if it's sad ending, happy ending, like like ambiguous ending, as long as it's the perfect ending for that story, I don't care what kind of ending it is, I'll give it a 5-star. Like for example, Song of Achilles, I give it 5 stars because the sad ending was the perfect ending to it. It made sense. And besides, if you've read the Iliad, that's how it was supposed to end anyways. So, yeah. Next, from Lorraine reads again, your fave book of all time. The Viscount to Love Me, guys. Alam niyo na. I already said it kanina, but I just want to answer all your questions. Lauren reads again, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I definitely see myself in med school. Probably in my internship years already. I'm not really sure because the pre-med in New Zealand is only 1 year. So probably in my internship, and then probably after that I would want to specialize in psychiatry because that's my dream. That's really my dream. Okay. Oh god. Another question from Angel Denise. How do you deal or cope if your favorite character dies? I am the most terrible person to ask this because although I've coped with the other books where my favorite character dies, I have never been able to cope. Spoiler for the Infernal Devices. Just skip like 30 seconds of this. I have never been, or like just skip it until I'm done with this question. I've never been able to get over Will Herondale's death because it's really hard because I see myself a lot in Will Herondale. So like Will Herondale's death was like watching my own death happen, if that makes sense. And I know it like, I don't know, cause it's really hard, guys, because I've always like my ideal guy personified is or made into a character is Will Herondale because I want a guy who's kind of similar to me but still has a little bit of differences. And seeing Will Herondale die was like half of or a part of me died because I have qualities of myself that I can see in Will Herondale. So it's like seeing myself die. So I could never get over it because every time I hear something being reminded of him, it's like, I don't know, it's like hearing about like my boyfriend dying or my husband dying or myself dying because he's like my ideal guy, but at the same time he has qualities that remind me of myself. So I'm just like, I can't get over him. But as for the other characters, even if they're my favorite, it's the fact that I didn't like resonate with them as much as Will Herondale that I was able to get over it. But Will, I can't get over his death. Like I just want to like grab him and make him immortal because I feel like that's the only correct answer. But then if he was immortal, then Tessa wouldn't have been able to get with Jem because at the same time I think Tessa should have ended up with Jem also. Like they're the perfect soulmates, like the trifecta of soulmates. So yeah, anyways, another question from Angel Denise. Thoughts on reading slump / how do you get rid... Wait, the energy drink is like getting to me. Guys, I hate the effects of energy drink. Thoughts on reading slump / how do you get rid of reading slump? I read Spice.
You who don't know what a man's about. Pay my bills, can't pay my telephone bills, can't pay my automobiles,
when I'm in a reading slump, like whenever I read Spice, I get really flustered and nervous, and I just have to pick up a book where it's not Spice because I get so uncomfortable because whenever I read a book, I imagine it. So when I read Spice, I can see it happening like in my imagination, and I get so uncomfortable because reading Spice is like watching, those videos.
What videos, Bella?
Those like X-rated videos online. because I have such a vivid imagination. So when I was reading A Court of Silver Flames, I was physically dying in the spicy scenes because it was very explicit. So I had to like skim through it. So basically whenever I read spice, I get like this surge of energy to just look for a book without spice. So definitely out of a reading slump. Okay. A question from Angeli.rar. What's your comfort book? The Viscount Who Loved Me. Another question. Wait. Another question from Angeli.rar. Book that enlightened and educated you about so much things. The book that enlightened me, like not necessarily so much things, but definitely It Ends With Us, because I used to take it like whenever I look at people who stay in abusive or toxic relationships, I always get so judgy and think that why can't they just leave them? And when I read It Ends With Us, I understood how it feels to be in a toxic relationship, like the mindset of a person who just can't leave. It's the promise of, even with the abuse and the toxicity, there's love in the end. Like that person keeps on reaching to it, and I saw that in Lily in It Ends With Us. So I really understood what it meant. And I became less judgmental of the people in a toxic relationship. Like, it's hard to get out of, especially when you love your partner, and even if they're like toxic or abusive, it's hard to leave them. So yeah, that really enlightened me. Next question is from Woonfu_Woonfu. Biggest fear, Ate Bella. My biggest fear is being alone. Like, that's like my biggest fear. As although I want to achieve a lot of things in life, I don't want to end up alone. I've always wanted, like, I don't know, guys. I just don't like the idea of being alone. Maybe that's why I really like being around you guys, because I'm an only child, so I don't really have like siblings to talk to. I have friends, but they have their own life, and I just don't want to be alone, if that makes sense. That's why I've always whenever I read love stories, I get so anxious, because what if I never get that? There's a chance that I'll just be single, and I don't want to be single. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to die alone, not have children. Although the concept of children is not something I'm thinking about right now. I just don't want to be alone. Yeah. So, okay. Okay, question from Kath.reads11. What is your absolute favorite book that you think everyone should read at least once in their life? The Viscount Who Loved Me. But if you're below 18, don't read it, ha. It's not good to read spice at a young age, because it really distorts your idea of relationships. So please don't. Another question from Kath.reads11. What is a book that made you feel things that you didn't know you can feel, and or made you feel? Definitely Clockwork Princess. The epilogue gave me a different type of sadness. It made me anxious about growing old, which I have never been anxious about. I know I have years left. I have years left, and I know that eventually I'll grow old, but that book made me so anxious about growing old and leaving people behind. So, it unlocked a new fear. Okay, a question from Laura that reads, what's your fave contemporary book? Better than the movies. It's cheesy, but I absolutely love cheesy romance novels. Next, oh god. Next is from Me Marie. What is that certain book that had been stuck in your head up until now? The Viscount Who Loved Me. I can never forget that book. It always lies in my head. The Viscount Who Loved Me, for me personally, is the blueprint to enemies to lovers. If you didn't know, I think The Viscount Who Loved Me was published in the early 2000s pa, guys. because yeah, it was published in the early 2000s. For me, that's the witty banter, the quarrels between them. That was the blueprint for like enemies to lovers that doesn't include fantasy like concepts. So yeah. Question from Leon Kinray. Do you see your books as an investment or a collection? I see my books as books. Like I can't see them as an investment nor a collection. I see them as like something that brings me comfort, and that's all. Like I don't see them as an investment, a collection. I see them as comfort. What book will you never recommend to someone? Question by Ain't Dot Camille. Ice Planet Barbarians.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. Did you see this? This is not something they made. This is some professional like, and this is in different areas. What the? This ain't no homemade. Arian, this your friend, like who you like this with. I am disgusted. It ain't even for me.
Wait, guys, I need to pee. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if this is the right angle, but I'm never. I had energy drink that really messes up my stomach, but I'm trying to make this fun. So, question. Sana all underscore fave contemporary. Because I already answered better than the movies. People we meet on vacation. That put me in an emotional roller coaster, but it was worth it. It was worth it, and there's a lot of lessons about love in that book. Like that book revolves around the idea of what would you give up for love, and I feel like that's a really important question, because when you love someone, you pretty much would do like sacrifice a lot, but how much would you sacrifice? Which really like boggled my mind. Okay, I hope I didn't make an ugly face. Okay. A question again from Sana all underscore. Tips sa mga newbies sa BookTok or Bookstagram. Don't be shy. That's my only tip. Like, don't care if your content isn't aesthetic or if you don't have the best camera. Have you seen my TikTok account? There's nothing aesthetic about it. Like, I literally, the text, it's just everywhere. Like, I gave up on being aesthetic. I can't do anything aesthetic, so I just didn't. Don't be shy. And if you have books na not popular in BookTok, it's okay. At least you're spreading awareness to people that there are other books out there. So don't worry, don't be shy. Just post and, interact with your followers. Like, I think, ako kasi, personally, the best part in being a content creator is interacting with my followers, and the comment section is always my favorite in TikTok. Because whenever people leave comments, I get so... Kasi, imagine like someone taking the time to talk to you or leave a comment. It's just very heartwarming to me, and I like interacting with you guys. Like, I never really cared about how much likes I got. I always, most of the time, not even most of the time, all the time, I only really cared about interacting with you guys, hearing from you guys. So whenever people are like too shy to comment and then they tag me in like giveaway videos, I really don't mind, kasi I really appreciate it when you guys feel that you can tag me like a friend or say that I'm your favorite book talker, because you guys, my followers, are like the best part about my content, like content creating shenanigans. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. So if you really wanna like start a BookTok or Bookstagram account, don't look at the numbers of like your followers or your just don't look at the numbers of your followers or your likes. Think about the people you're interacting with, and think about the enjoyable experience of being able to share to others and being able to rant to others and hearing people's thoughts. That's why I really enjoy it. Like, no matter what, like, you can criticize me about what I do, I will appreciate it because I love constructive criticism. And if you want to like say that you don't agree with my opinions, it's okay. I love educational discourse, and I really don't mind getting educated. And that's why when you go into content creating, especially in like the book niche or niche, I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. I think it's niche, but yeah, just don't go in it for like the likes and the followers. Go in it because you love books and you want to interact with people who love books as much as you do. And for people who also want to get into reading books, be welcome. So that's my tip. Kath.Ritalin, what's a movie that made you feel whoa? There's so many movies. I love rom-coms, guys. So, ang rami lang. Anong naisip ko? But, I think the one that really made me go is, The Proposal. The Proposal was so funny and so witty and so heartwarming and so... I was sad. Like, I felt so many emotions. And I think that movie was just very, like, to me, because basically it's the fake... It has the movie, The Proposal, has the fake engagement trope or fake relationship trope, and they don't like the guy and the girl, they don't like each other. And it's very fun. It's like, it's so because I really like it when like people who initially hate each other realize that they've always liked each other. They just like projected hate because that was the easiest thing to do. So I really like that movie. So when that scene, like the most, like the climax of the movie just went in, I was like, yes! I was like, yeah! So yeah. Last question from Bieli. Hi, Bieli! Is there any way you'll delay your move to New Zealand? No, because it's really hard to get tickets, and I really need to get settled in there because, they don't have jeepneys there, guys. They have buses, so I have to learn how things work there as a student, and I don't want to get in there and I'm just like clueless, right? Because that would be terrible. So I need to get used to, living there. So yeah, that's it for my Q&A video. So if I wasn't able to answer your questions, I'll just answer them on Instagram, because I decided to do this video early because I don't know, I need to edit. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll finish the last of this energy drink. It's so bad. Bye.
Name. Don't read my profile picture. Don't read my channel banner. Don't read my about page. Don't go to videos. Don't click on this video. Don't read the description. Don't read the pinned comment. Don't click view replies. Don't click this link.